Hello everyone, good morning or good evening. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can
Okay,
see
first
and
of
hear you
all,
well.
thank you, Robert. And I'm really happy to see you all after our recent physical meeting in Greece. And as you remember, we are fully aligned with the Habitable goals because we just tried to have a quick upskilling course during the second night when we try to upskill you with your dancing skills. So hope some of you already got some upskilling after this short course. So what we're gonna discuss about today. Today, I'm gonna highlight the education and training landscape in Greece, and more specifically, how we are working within the Habitable project to address skill shortages, modernize vocational training, and basically and primarily support the green and digital transition in the habitat sector. This short presentation is based on the work developed at the University of Thessaly in Greece, and I'm pleased to take you through the current state of vocational educational training in Greece, of course, following Elenis Papista from Klube and Aretis Fougrasiotti from Dimitra presentations, just describe some basic challenges, solutions that we're developing to shape the future workshop. So basically, let me begin with a brief overview of the Habitable project. Of course, it's familiar to you, however, just a few more only words. Just an initiative which responds to a pressing issue which faced across the EU, and we face it also in Greece, the labor shortage in the habitat sector, which includes construction, in our case, furniture manufacturing, all different and kinds of renovation technologies, insulation, and many related specifications that are close related to our topics as a forestry and wood science department. And what makes Habitable especially important today is its strategic alignment with Europe's two major transitions. The green transition, requiring sustainable materials, energy efficient construction, and circular design, and of course the digital transition, bringing automation, digital twins, computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacture softwares, robotics, and smart manufacturing into a mainstream practice. Now turning into the Greek context, in Greece there has been a renewed focus on aligning the education system with labor market needs. VET plays a significant role into this effort, and historically in Greece, VET didn't attract as many learners as academic pathways, universities, for example, but this has been changing rapidly due to a shift in public perception and, of course, government priorities, as RT mentioned earlier regarding the legislation. So today, policy measures encourage work-based learning, close collaboration with industry, modernized curricula with definitely digital tools, and of course, pathways for upskilling and adult education. This creates a more dynamic ecosystem where learning is not only theoretical, as it used to be, but also practical and directly connected to professional needs. Now, the habitat sector is undergoing a profound transformation the last few years, as we already know, and several forces are reshaping jobs, skills, and the future of the workforce. First, digital manufacturing and automation are gaining traction. Companies that once relied purely on manual craftsmanship are now integrating CNC machines, automated cutting systems, 3D modeling software, robotic production lines. Also, new sustainable materials come ahead, such as engineered timber, low carbon composites, bio-based insulation, different recycled materials, which are becoming increasingly important. Also, there is a continent-wide demand for greener and smarter homes. Customers expect buildings that are energy efficient, digitally connected, and of course, environmentally responsible. These trends require new skills, new mentalities, and of course, new approaches to training. And our strategic goal within this context are structured around long-term adaptability and innovation in vocational educational training, and the aim is to strengthen cooperation. This is what we're doing. Educational institutes and private sector. This ensures that training stays aligned with what companies actually need. Support digital and green skill development, preparing learners for new technologies and sustainable practices. Encourage mobility. This will allow students and also teachers to participate in a number of exchanges and knowledge share activities, and definitely promote innovative teaching methods, blended learning, simulating tools, of course, digital workflows. Now, the University of Thessaly has an active role in developing VET programs that are responsible and modern. One of our programs, the one that we are describing today, is the Furniture and Wood Construction Technician, which provides a strong example of how Greek VET is evolving. It integrates traditional craftsmanship with modern digital tools and, of course, which are necessary, sustainability principles. The broader VET landscape in Greece is gradually moving from older models of instruction towards more competence-based systems grounded in real workplace needs. Through this project, Habitable, we accelerated this shift and ensured alignment with European standards. And despite progress, the Greek habitat sector continues to face several challenges. Skill shortages, as it happens everywhere. Companies often struggle to find workers who can combine craftsmanship with different competencies, digitals, but not only digitals. Technological gaps, not all companies, especially small and medium ones, have fully adopted recently new technologies. There is a mismatch between training and industry needs. Curricula do not always reflect the latest development in construction and manufacturing, although universities and different VET providers are struggling to catch up all the changes that so dramatically change every few months, not every year. And of course, we have limited continuous upskilling because many professionals in the sector lack opportunities to update their skills. So identifying these challenges helps us to design targeted interventions that have direct impact not only to the people that will be trained, but also to the trainees. So this is where Habitable becomes essential. In Greece, Habitable helps bridge the gap between training and industry. This is one of the many projects, one of the many courses that we are delivering. This is the most closely related to the project. That's why we are referring to this. So working through the University of Thessaly, we co-develop training programs with companies, ensuring they reflect current technologies, processes, and definitely skill demands. The project supports innovation by offering resources for curriculum development, joint projects, pilot training, internships, and definitely industry feedback loops. We're closely working with many companies related to timber, and this is really a key thing to us to get their feedback based on what the market needs, based on what the trainers, when they will reach their companies, what will be the impact and the feedback that they will give, so we can implement all these changes to our new curricula. So the skills required for today's workforce, they go beyond technical knowledge, and all professionals have to understand how to use digital design tools, as all speakers before mentioned, just to operate automated machinery, in our case, which is related to construction and timber, to apply sustainable construction methods into every habitat project, to evaluate the environmental impact, and definitely integrate curricular based on circular economy and basic principles that all works need to be addressed. Additionally, soft skills like communication, adaptability are essential because the technologies and materials, especially in our field, are evolving rapidly. So, our VET program at the University of Thessaly aims to respond directly to these skill needs. The Furniture and Wood Construction Technician course combines creativity, material knowledge, craftsmanship, digital software training, and definitely sustainable design. I believe most of you, during your recent visit in our department, you've seen some laboratories where we practically try to implement and teach to our trainees all these things that I'm just describing. So the program equips learners with an understanding of the entire production workflow, from concept to final product, ensuring that graduates are job ready and able to contribute from the first day that will be employed in their companies. So collaboration with industry is one of the strongest aspects of our work, and we partner with furniture manufacturers, timber companies, and design firms in order to provide not only internships and apprenticeships, but also practical workshops, guest lectures by professionals, and basically we're trying to co-develop curriculum modules and have real-world project assignments, which are the key things that they will enhance the trainees with all the specific skills that they will definitely need for their future works. So this approach ensures that learning is authentic, relevant, and closely tied to the current industry expectations. This specific program's learning outcomes reflects this close alignment with professional reality. Students learn to interpret technical designs, select the appropriate materials, operate modern and sophisticated equipment, and apply creative solutions to production challenges. They also build teamwork and problem-solving skills through this project. And basically, upon completion, I forgot to mention that this is the third year of running this course. This course has a duration of 1.5 years, 3 semesters. The last semester is just training, placement, and we have more or less between 15 to 20 participants, trainers for every course. So this qualification demonstrates that they have advanced vocational expertise and they are capable of handling complex tasks with autonomy. One basic thing is that it provides opportunity for further studies, mobility, and employment, not only in Greece, but we expect a couple of our graduates have already working in countries in other countries, not in Greece. Of course, when we're talking about digital tools, digitalization is woven into all aspects of learning. You've seen, and I'm just mentioning right now, that students use 3D modeling software, computer numerical control, programming tools, digital fabrication technologies. This prepares them for a sector that increasingly relies on precision software, automated production, and of course, digital workflows. And basically, when we're discussing about any curricula, the last few years, sustainability is very important. This program introduces principles of environmentally responsible material selection, energy efficient production processes, waste reduction, and circular design. All these topics that I'm mentioning are related to sustainability, which is very critical, not only to this project, but to any project and any curriculum that we're trying to develop in our university, and I believe in our all institutes. Basically, we aim to ensure that the future professionals will understand not only how to work sustainably, but also why sustainability is critical for the future of the habitat sector. This is why we have so many enhanced lectures and modules related to sustainability. Now, to support these late learning objectives, UTH, University of Thessaly, you've mentioned, you've seen it when you were there a few weeks ago. We have well-equipped laboratories, woodworking workshops, and design digital tools. And these spaces provide students with hands-on experience using professional-grade tools, technologies, bringing the gap and real work practice in reality. And of course, the impact of these initiatives is clear. Students gain confidence, practical experience, and strong employability prospects. Professionals who upskill through this program become better equipped to lead innovation with their companies. We already have 2 years that we have graduates that they are working in different companies, as I mentioned earlier, not only in Greece, but in 2 other countries. So they're really happy for this. And of course, the sector benefits from a more modern and adaptable workforce. The reality is that the curriculum of the university is really difficult to change for several reasons. So these short courses are really practical and are really assisting the trainers to shift quicker in the actual needs of everyday's business and everyday's life. So through Habitable, Greek partners engage in a number of European level exchanges, workshops. We have done a number of workshops and joint training activities. This networking allows us to share the best practices, learn also from other countries, and ensure that Greek vet evolves along with European standards. We're trying to reach the medium standards, the higher standards, but it's always difficult. So this creates a rich ecosystem where different types of expertise comes together to shape the future of training. This partnership encourages coordinated action and shared responsibility for workforce development. And of course, based on our work so far, several policy recommendations emerge, strengthen cooperation between education and industry even more, expand opportunities for continuous professional development in order to be as adaptable as possible and as flexible as possible, invest even more in digitalization and green technologies within these short or longer training courses, support mobility and international collaboration for both learners and teachers. In Greece, the next steps involve scaling up the successful elements of Habitable mentioned within the previous speakers, but also we're trying to, as I said earlier, to make more flexible our programs, because through universities it's really difficult to change those. Through vets are more flexible to adopt the actual needs. So we're just trying to improve access to digital tools, and we also aim to integrate sustainability more deeply into all aspects of training, and definitely pilot new approaches that can later be adopted, not nationally, but internationally as well. So just to conclude, the Habitable project, we all know that it plays a pivotal role in transforming vocational education in not only in Greece, but all over Europe. By integrating digital technologies, sustainability, and industry collaboration into training programs, we're hoping that we're preparing and upskilling learners and for the basic changes that are coming ahead. I would be more than happy to share more details, technical details about our course if needed. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, happy to come back to those.
Thank you, Kostas. So hopefully there are the question for the details. So I ask the audience if there are any questions. Yeah, as you told us before, we had the chance to see it in live a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
All your activities and your experiences, and also to discuss it, what happens in Greece. But my question to you would be, what are your wishes for the economy? So what kind of support would you like to see from companies?
To be honest, Robert, we already have support from companies because the market is so flexible. Once companies are eager to get as more flexible as possible training for the future employees. So the basic income comes from the companies themselves, that they support and subsidize this type of workshops or longer term courses. And we're really happy for this, because we are advisors as university in most of the Greek timber related companies in Greece. So we are very close to their needs. They are very close to what we can offer. So they're really open to put their hands into their pockets and subsidize and have a course that actually will and practically will give all the necessary tools for the future employees of this company. Because as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, not our university, but I believe most of the universities are struggling to change their curriculum as often as needed. And as the time passes by, year by year, decade by decade, we all understand and we see how dramatically we need to change the curricula, not in the next few months, but maybe every, I don't know, every month or so. So we are thankful because, as I mentioned, and I'm closing with this, companies are really open to assist in um, anything we need financially and practically, so we can proceed with future courses like the one that we're implementing for the third year.
Okay, that sounds very nice. So you're fully satisfied with your collaboration with the economy. So no wishes, no one wish, only one. Christmas is in a month. What can they do more? One step more. Is it any possibility?
Somebody from Moldova raised his hand.
Yeah, okay, Vladimir, please.
I've got such a question about curricula. At university level, you said that curricula are hard to change and so on. What are the steps of changing a curricula at a university level in Greece? So I mean, how do you change it anyway? For example, here in Moldova, we have an order or a guideline from the